Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavatveshinim. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Partha, the ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters, O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. The 13th Adhyaya Kshetra Kshetradnya Vibhag Yoga of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and Sri Krishna has, in our previous reading, he just told us the way to become one with the Lord. Sri Krishna in the 18th Shloka that we read, he told us that I have briefly explained to you about this Kshetra, the Jnanam and the Jneyam, the field, the knowledge and the one which is to be known, Jneyam. I have told you in brief about it. It is up to you now. Those devotees, iti kshetram tatha jnanam jneyam cha uktam samasataha. Samasataha is in brief. I have told you in brief. About what? About kshetra, the jnana and the jneyam. I have told you. It is up to you now how to make use of it. So Sri Krishna says, Mad Bhakta etat vidnyaya. My devotees who assimilate this knowledge, who put to good use this knowledge that I have shared with them. Although he has shared it with Arjuna in first person, but in reality he has shared it with all the devotees of him, all the devotees of Krishna who read the Gita. Through Bhagavad Gita, through the 18th Shloka, he has given this knowledge. Through the Kshetra Kshetradnya Vibhag Yoga, he has given this knowledge. And Sri Krishna says, Mat Bhakta etat vidnyaya, with the knowledge that I have given. Those devotees who put that knowledge to the great realization, who make good use of that knowledge, who make appropriate use of that knowledge. Etat vidnyaya, mat bhakta, that devotee, mat bhavaya upapadyate, that devotee is entitled. He has made himself fit to become one with me. So, such a beautiful way the Lord has shown us in this 18th Shloka. And now, since it is pertaining to the jnana that the bhakta has to put to use in the real sense, Sri Krishna is further going to tell more about this jnana in the coming verses from 19th onwards. That's why Sri Krishna in the 19th Shloka tells more about how this distinction has come into effect. Otherwise, Sri Krishna says that Lord is sitting in the hearts of all beings. That he has already clearly told us, Hridhi sarvasya vishthitam. But we don't perceive, we perceive diversity. We don't perceive the unity in this diversity. How this diversity has come into effect. That knowledge now Sri Krishna is going to give us. Sri Krishna says, Prakritim purusham caiva viddhyanādī ubhāvapi vikārāshśca gunāmścaiva viddhi prakritisambhavān. He says this, you know for sure that prakitim purusham caiva, prakriti as well as the purusha. Prakriti is the creation. Prakriti is the creation. Purusha is the primal principle, the Parabrahma, the Paramatman. Caiva. Viddhyanādī ubhāvapi. They are both without beginning. Purusha, Prakriti as well as Purusha. We feel Prakriti has come into existence means it has taken birth from some time frame. Sri Krishna says it is not like that. Don't think that Prakriti has come into effect from this day to that day it is going to exist. No, it is not so. Even the Purusha, both Prakriti and Purusha are birthless, are without beginning. They don't have a standard, okay, on this day Prakriti has come into existence. On this day Purusha has manifested himself or herself as Prakriti. No. Both Prakriti and Purusha, viddhyanādī ubhāvapi. Both Purusha and Prakriti, they are anādi. Know for sure that they are anādi. Don't have this confusion. Don't have this dilemma. Don't have this dual kind of the perplexity about their origin. It is not. Both Purusha and Prakriti, they are beginningless. Vikārāshśca gunāmścaiva viddhi prakritisambhavān. The vikaras, the modifications that we the see all around us, the changes, the modifications, and gunaha, the gunas, the properties, the three basic properties of sattva, rajas, tamas, because of which there is this modification. Because of the sattva, rajas, tamas. Sattva is the quality of purity, rajas is the quality of activity, tamas is the quality of inertia, the jadatva. Because of these gunas, we see the vikara in everything in this creation. Everything is changing. Everything is undergoing the phase of birth, sustenance, the life and death. Everything is. There is nothing in this universe which doesn't follow this rule. There is nothing in this universe, right from small, tiny, single cellular living being till the mammoth being, till the so-called most ignorant being, to the highly evolved, highly intelligent human being. Everyone has to undergo this process. Everyone has to undergo these vikaras because of sattva, rajas, tamas. Vikārāshśca gunāmścaiva viddhi prakritisambhavān. Now all these gunas, from where they come? They are born from Prakriti. Although Prakriti is beginningless, Prakriti is not born. Prakriti is ever existing. But the gunas are born of Prakriti. Because of the gunas which are born out of Prakriti, we see the vikara, we see the modifications, we see all this creation in this, getting into this process of coming, sustaining, dissolving. That is what Sri Krishna has taught in this 19th shloka to us. He is now taking us further into the deeper knowledge of this entire Kshetra, Kshetradnya dichotomy. That how is, Kshetradnya is one. Then how this Kshetra has come into effect because of the Prakriti. Prakriti is the manifestation of Purusha. Now, what is the difference between Purusha and Prakriti? Is it that Prakriti comes into existence at certain time frame? Sri Krishna says no. Both Purusha and Prakriti, they are beginningless. They are without any specific beginning. Anādi. The modifications that you see, Sri Krishna says, in this creation is because of the three gunas which are born out of Prakriti. So this is now Sri Krishna is explaining to us the so-called confusion that gets created in the mind of devotees, that what is this relationship between the Kshetra and Kshetradnya. Up till now he has told us what is Kshetra. He has also told us what is Kshetradnya. Now this is something pertaining to the relationship. How is this Kshetra related to Kshetradnya? Now Sri Krishna tells us this Kshetra is the quality of Prakriti. Prakriti and Purusha are not essentially two different entities. The same reality enjoys two phases of self-assertion and self-expression. When expressed, when Purusha expresses himself or herself, when the Parabrahman, when the Paramatman expresses itself, that expression is Prakriti. If there is no expression, there is no problem. It is all Advaita then. As Shuddha Chaitanya or pure consciousness, it is ever itself. As the pure consciousness, the Parabrahman is ever itself. The Purusha is ever itself. And there is no modification in it. Till the time Purusha doesn't expresses itself as the Prakriti, there is no modification in Purusha. It is not that Purusha becomes happy or unhappy. It is not that Purusha becomes joyous or sorrowful. Purusha has got nothing to do with all these things. It is only when Purusha expresses itself, manifests itself as the Prakriti, all these dualities come into existence. All these pairs of opposites come into existence. This changeless reality puts on the appearance of changefulness and modifications. The Kshetradnya takes on the appearance of becoming the Kshetra. This entire process of Sri Krishna is beautifully explaining to us how the Purusha comes into, expresses itself as the Prakriti, and how this Prakriti undergoes all these vikaras, all these modifications, backed up by the three gunas which are born out of this Prakriti. The changeless reality is Purusha, but the modifications expressed through Prakriti are the Prakriti which are expressed as the Purusha, which Purusha expresses itself as the Prakriti. Prakriti puts on the embodiment of time-space causation. The moment Purusha expresses itself as Prakriti, it enters the field of time-space causations. It enters the field of name and form. And then the play starts. The moment Prakriti gets into this, the realm of time-space causation, all these vikaras, they start. It is constituted of three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. This substance being an eternal verity, it is termed as having no beginning and therefore no end to. But the Prakriti itself, it has got nothing to do with it. Prakriti brings forth. The moment Prakriti, the creation, comes into effect, gets projected from the Purusha, it produces sattva, rajas, tamas. And the moment sattva, rajas, tamas are produced, the three gunas, triguna, then all the vikaras, they start. So that is the simple relationship between the Kshetra and the Kshetradnya that Sri Krishna has taught us in this 19th shloka. That in reality Purusha and Prakriti are abheda. In reality Purusha and Prakriti are anadi. They are beginningless. They are also endless automatically. Anything that is beginningless has to be endless. The only reality is it is just ever existent. Was there anything before Purusha? No. Purusha is ever existent. His expression as Prakriti may go and come. He may bring forth Prakriti, express himself as Prakriti. Again, he may draw back that creation. His sweet will. It is all his will. So that is the relationship of the Kshetra and the Kshetradnya. They come into effect. The Prakriti, the creation, the Kshetra experiences all these vikaras which are born out of three gunas, which again is born out of Prakriti. But Prakriti is beginningless. Purusha is beginningless. It is all we who have to undergo all these things because of that veil of Maya, because of that veil of ignorance that has come in front of us. And Sri Krishna is telling us the way now, how to remove that veil. Sri Krishna is now explaining to us everything in details. There, he has told us in brief. Earlier, he has told us in brief, Cha Ukta Samasataha. But now he is explaining to us that how this differentiation, how this diversity comes into effect, how we start feeling we are different from each other, how we start feeling I am so and so. This is all the vikara born out of gunas which are born out of Prakriti, but Prakriti herself and the Purusha himself, they are beginningless. Sri Ramakrishna has given a very beautiful teaching on this shloka also. His teaching which can be correlated with the meaning of this shloka. As the ocean is sometimes calm and placid, and at other times boisterous and furious, Brahman is both actionless and active. This is what Sri Ramakrishna has told us, that like the ocean, sometimes some ocean is so furious. We see like tsunami and all those things we start seeing coming in the, getting created in that ocean and creating havoc in the lives. And at other times, ocean is so calm, just the silent waves on the surface of the sea, of the ocean. While seeing those silent waves, while seeing that calm and serene and blissful ocean, we can never imagine that it is the same ocean which had at one point of time created tsunamis. But Sri Ramakrishna says it happens, and the same thing has happened with Brahman in the actionless form, and when the Brahman expresses itself as Prakriti. Brahman is both actionless and active. When free from action, he is termed Brahman. But when Brahman, the same action-free Brahman, takes the form of active Brahman, so to say, the powerful Brahman, so to say, expresses itself through Prakriti, Sri Ramakrishna says that is called Maya. That Maya makes us perceive this differentiation between the Purusha and the Prakriti. This Maya perceives, makes us perceive. This Maya makes us perceive the difference between the Brahman and the Prakriti. And then we start seeing all this. And this Maya is nothing but this ignorance which Sri Krishna had talked about. That this principle is the light of all the lights that he had told us, which is beyond the tamas. Tamas is the Maya that Sri Ramakrishna has told us in this example. So with the Maya, with the ignorance, we get into this trap of perceiving Brahman as the Prakriti, and we get so much obsessed with that misunderstanding, with that ignorance, that we fail to realize the real truth. We fail to realize that the one who is dwelling in me is also dwelling in all the other beings. So that is how now Sri Krishna is trying to make things more clearer and more crisp and more enlightening for us to understand that ultimate reality. That was the 19th shloka that we read today. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ram Krishna. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma. Jai Swamiji.